What up, reader fam? Today I'm doing a tag video. I haven't done a tag video in a while, which honestly I feel like tag videos are kind of fading out on BookTube, but I'm still down to do one every now and then, so that's what I'm gonna be doing today. This one has been calling my name ever since Ariel Bassett made it back in 2012. It's the book sacrifice tag. So today I'm gonna be sacrificing books. 3, 2, 1, wah! Obviously I'm not gonna be literally sacrificing books, but we're gonna play pretend. It's about to get brutal. It's gonna be bloody, except not because books don't bleed. But without further ado, let's get to sacrificing books. Each of these questions are novel length, so I'm just gonna read them off my phone here. Number 1, an overhyped book. Let's start this off with a zombie apocalypse. Oh snap. Let's say you're in a bookstore just browsing when BAM! Zombie attack! You can bet your bottom dollar that I'd be hooting and hollering at this point. An announcement comes over the PA system saying that the military has discovered that zombies' only weakness is overhyped books. That's such an interesting weakness. What's a book that everyone else says is amazing but you really hated do you start chucking at the zombies, knowing that it will count as an overhyped book and successfully wipe them out? This is intense. This is a struggle because I've never flat out hated a book. I've definitely read books that I didn't like, but I've never had that experience where I'm like, I hate this book so much. Even when I read a book and I don't like it, there's always something in it that I can find that I do like. But I have read some popular books that I didn't like, so I'll just go with that. This one actually pains me too because I love this author. I've read so many of his books and I've loved so many of his books. So to have a book that I just didn't really connect with really hurt my reader heart. And that is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. I guess if I were to see zombies and the only way that I could get rid of them was to chuck overhyped books at them, I guess I'd pick this one and just start chucking it at them. And the zombies would just start dissolving. Zombies all the way down. I know that I'm really in the minority when it comes to not liking this book. The amount of people who ended up liking this book could probably fill like 2 or 3 stadiums. This story follows this girl named Aza who is determined to uncover the mystery behind this billionaire that's gone missing. I get why people like this book and I respect their opinion, and I even myself respect this book a lot. It is an own voices book, so John Green wrote about OCD and anxiety, which are 2 things that he deals with, and I know that it can be really difficult to share your experience, especially when it comes to something like this. But for me personally, I just found it really difficult for me to stay invested in this story. I had the hardest time caring about the mystery, and honestly, normally I'm down for John Green's over-the-top philosophical writing. Like, that's usually what I like about his books, which is kind of an unpopular opinion. I feel like that's the thing that people come at John Green for. They're like, yo bro, can you chill with the philosophical writing? But in this book, it just didn't do much for me. I didn't enjoy it that much. But also, I hate saying this, but his characters didn't feel new to me in this book. They felt like characters from his other books, just changed slightly. All in all, this book and I did not get along, but I ain't no John Green hater. I will continue to read and support his books. Number 2, a sequel. Let's say you've just left the salon with a smashing new haircut. Ha, ha, ha. Actually, I'm overdue for a haircut, so I should head to the salon with a book in my hand so I can read it. Boom! Torrential downpour! Oh no, my new haircut! It's gonna get destroyed! What sequel are you willing to use as an umbrella to protect yourself? I feel like I feel so bad answering each of these questions. I should probably stop feeling bad and just own my opinions. For this one, I'm going with Scarlet from the Lunar Chronicles. The only reason I feel bad is because I know that a lot of you guys watching this video love this book. You've told me time and time again that you love Scarlet and you disagree with my opinion, and I respect that. It just hurts me to not like your favorite book. But if your boy was in a torrential downpour and he didn't have an umbrella, he'd be using Scarlet as an umbrella. Though honestly, I don't think this would do that much. I'm much bigger than Scarlet, and I also just feel like the rain would be coming from all different directions. It would be a mess. So I'd be more than likely still end up getting soaked using this book. Does anyone else really despise wet clothing? Like, there's something about it that bothers me so much. I remember playing in the rain as a kid and enjoying my time, but the second I got inside, I was like, get these clothes off of me. They're wet, heavy, irritating, and I want nothing to do with them. And don't even get me started on wet socks. Ugh, I just got a chill down my spine, and it wasn't a very nice chill. So what was it about Scarlet that irritated me so much to the point that I would use it as an umbrella? Mostly the fact that I just couldn't get into Scarlet's character. I just didn't vibe with her, and that's just life. You can't get along with everyone in life. It's impossible impossible. I mean, you can act like you get along with everyone, but it's unrealistic to like every single person you come in contact with. Imagine coming in contact with Umbridge from the Harry Potter series. You're telling me you'd be down to party with that witch? I don't think so, unless you're on her level of evil. But anyway, when I first met Scarlet, she irritated me, but the more I read the series, the more I grew to like her. But it was just one of those bad first impression scenarios. Number 3, a classic. Let's say you're in a lecture and your English teacher is going on and on about how this classic changed the world, how it revolutionized literature, and you get so sick that you chuck the classic right at his face. Because you know what? This classic is stupid and it's worth detention just to show everyone how you feel. What classic would you chuck at your teacher? I forgot how intense these questions were. Honestly, as you guys know, if you watch this channel, I haven't read very many classics. I know it's something I probably need to work on. You don't need to drag me through the mud. It's something I've been trying to work on for a while, and I still haven't managed to read very many. Because of this, I don't have very many classics that I despise. I feel like there's one that I have read that I just straight up really didn't like, but I can't think of it for the life of me. So I'm just gonna share one with you guys that kind of frustrated me while I was reading it, and that is A Wrinkle in Time. Now, I still enjoyed this book. I thought it was a lot of fun, but there were things about the world that just really confused me. Like, it went right over my head as I was reading it. Like, as the world was kind of revealed to me, I just kept going, huh? What? I am confusion! And that was not a fun time. It's never fun when you're reading a book and you have no idea what's going on. That didn't happen the whole time I was reading this book, thankfully, but there were times while reading this where I was lost as can be. With that being said, if I had to choose, I'd choose this one. I'd chuck it at my professor's face. But I actually probably would never ever have the nerve to do that. I don't have a mean bone in my body, and if I were ever to chuck a book at my professor, I'd just go ahead and expel myself. And the final novel length question on this tag is your least favorite book of life. Let's say that you're hanging out at the library when BAM! Global warming explodes and the world outside becomes a frozen wasteland. I could see this happening. You're trapped and your only chance of survival is to burn a book. I don't want to do that. I do not approve of book burning. What's the book you first run to? Your least favorite book of life. What book do you not fully regret lighting? I don't want to answer this question. I don't want to burn a book. For this one, I feel bad because I'm choosing one that I didn't even finish, but I feel like it's the one that I keep coming back to when I think about books that really frustrated me. And it was the first book that I ever felt a major distaste with. And that is Beautiful Darkness, the sequel to Beautiful Creatures. Beautiful Creatures was one of the first ever urban fantasy books I ever read, and I remember loving every second of it. Now, if I were to go back and reread that book, I don't know that I would like it that much. But when I got around to this book, I just couldn't do it. For me, it really lost its entertainment value, and I honestly feel like maybe had this book lost 200 pages, it might have been more enjoyable and I might have pushed through to the ending. It felt like things were dragged on and things were expanded on just to make the books long. And I feel like so much more could have been explored had they kept different scenes concise. That's just my opinion though. I know quite a few people enjoyed the sequel and overall felt satisfied with the series as a whole, but I'll never get to feel that satisfaction because I'm just not gonna force myself to read the rest of the series. I will never burn a book, but if I'm forced to, then I will burn this one, I guess. That's it for the book Sacrifice tag. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully I didn't mention one of your favorite books. Hopefully you're not mad at me. We're all allowed to have our own opinions and we should respect that. Now I'm gonna ask you guys a difficult question to answer down below in the comments. Out of all of your favorite books, if you had to sacrifice one of them, which one would you sacrifice? Like, in order to keep your entire book collection, you're being forced to sacrifice this book. What book would that be? Let me know down below in the comments. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. I post videos frequently on this channel, so if you want to see more bookish content from me, be sure to go and hit subscribe, or go and hit that bell icon and you'll be notified every time I post new videos. As always, thanks for watching guys, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye, chew.